What's up, everyone? It's your favorite hood girl entrepreneur from Bazaar, and I'm here with another video. Tonight it's about 11 o'clock p.m. and everyone in my house is asleep. So I'm sitting downstairs because I can't sleep, and I'm running on. I don't know. I just felt like filming, and plus I didn't post last week, so I said I'm gonna post 3 videos this week to make up for that. So the very first video that I wanted to post this week is what you can tell from the title, how you can make an extra $100 a month from your home. So this is something that I have been doing for maybe 4 to 5 months now, and I wanted to tell you about the good, the bad, and I guess the ugly, and let you decide if this is something you want to do. So what I'm talking about is Appen. So I'm just going to dive right on into it and tell you what it is, how you get paid, how much you can get paid, etc., pros and cons, all of that good stuff. So if you're interested in this, just keep on watching. So Appen is a search engine evaluator position. You work as an independent contractor through the website. You have to go on their website, you have to apply, and you have to qualify for a project. So the way that the projects work is you based on your application, you pick a project that is of interest to you, and it typically is a lower tier project. It typically is something that will pay $5 for a survey or something like that, and you have to qualify. So after you qualify, you complete the project, and you will start getting based on your experiences from your application when you apply and things like that, you'll start seeing more projects that fit in line with your experience and your background. And so it'll give you a whole list of projects in which you could potentially qualify for, and you just hit qualify if you find a project that you're interested in. And then if you do qualify for it, you'll get an email from Appen saying congratulations, you qualified for this, and it will tell you the next step. Typically with Appen's projects, you have to do a second step. If you qualify, you have to complete a quiz. So they'll give you guidelines for the project, and then you have to complete a quiz that is based off the guidelines, and most of the time it's a passing score of 80%. If you pass the quiz, then you are on the project. If you do not pass the quiz, sometimes you get a second chance. Sometimes it's just what it is, and you just don't qualify for that project. So the projects range in amount that you can get paid. There are some projects that are a one-time thing, which are like surveys, sometimes transcriptions, sometimes videos, and they tend to be in the lower range of cents to dollars to like the max, like $7.50. You just do them. They're one-time things. You'll see it's automatically generated. That is what you do once you're done. These projects are typically located on Facebook, and they comprise of a survey that you need to fill out. You also have the one-time projects that are in a higher tier, and those are, like I mentioned earlier, those are the videos where you have to record yourself in certain ways, saying certain things or in certain positions, and you get paid for the amount of videos that pass quality screening. So one project in which I qualified and completed, I had to do 18 videos, and I was paid $100 for those 18 videos. So those don't really come up often, but when they do, you definitely want to take advantage of those, and you definitely will get paid from them a lot of money. They also have more stable type of projects, and these are the projects that I tend to do throughout the month. These are the projects that are ranging in money from $7 to $11 an hour, and you have a set amount of hours that you have to complete a week. Sometimes it's about 20 hours a week, and you have to work that amount of time within a week in order to get paid. So no different than a work from home job, or working, going to work. You 20 hours a week, $11 an hour, you get that. These are also projects that tend to be on Facebook or through their Facebook SRT tool, which is a rating tool. It allows you to rate advertisements, videos, articles. It also allows you to sort what kind of article or what kind of video or what kind of product. If it is a product, it allows you to do all of that. You also can do these projects on Instagram. Sometimes they have them where you link up your Instagram account. You have to get it approved, and you link up your Instagram account, and you use a tool that is on your Instagram account, and it allows you to do a certain amount of hours a day, and you just rate ads. So this is a great way to be able to make money. If you're literally on your phone all day not doing anything, you can rate a couple ads for a couple hours and you get paid for it. And what I mean by rate ads means you literally look at the ad, you tell them how good it was. You could tell, like, if this is a product you would purchase, what about the ad stood out to you? Is this something that you would like to have in your feed? If it's inappropriate, if what about it you like? What about it you didn't like? They have a whole slew of questions per project that you have to make sure you answer. And again, those are found in the guidelines. One of the things that I really like about Appen is their questions are literally step by step by step. So it's kind of like intuitive and common sense, where you can literally read each question, and after you look at the ad or after you look at the article or whatever you are rating, whatever you are talking about, and you could just follow along with the prompt. So there's not really much ways in which you can get lost or you can't figure out what's going on. So yeah, it's definitely a great way to just sit at home, rate ads, make money. You can qualify for as many projects as you would like. So I think this is one of the cons that a lot of people have. A lot of people say that it takes them a long time to qualify for a project, or that there's never any work. So when I decided I was going to apply for Appen, I did my research. I watched a couple other people's videos. I read a couple of reviews, and this was a thing that kept coming up with people saying, there's never any work, or it takes so long to qualify. So keeping that in mind, I knew that I had a game plan. So what I decided to do was, when I applied and I had my first project that I had to qualify for, once I was approved for that project, and I will tell you, it took about 3 to 4 weeks for me to get approved for that one project. So it definitely was a little wait. But once I was approved for it, and I began to get more projects that were catered to my background, catered to my experience, I attempted to qualify for as many projects that were of interest to me. That way, when I had some downtime, or when maybe a project didn't have a lot of work, I still had other projects in which I had qualified for that I can work on. So I constantly have projects that are still going and I can still make money from, versus only working one project. If there's no work that day, you can't work, so you don't get paid. If I have a project, there's no work, that's fine. I'll just go to another project that does have work. Or same as if, for example, a lot of the projects you have a certain, like I mentioned earlier, you have a certain amount of time in which you have to work on the project. So you have a minimum amount and you have a maximum amount. You can't go past the maximum amount. So say if I've already reached my maximum, then I'll work on another project. Appen, the way that you get paid, you only get paid once a month. So again, this is more of a side hustle type of thing. It's not something that I would ever consider doing to make money for all of my bills. I would do it as a additional stream of income. I am all about multiple streams of income. Make that money. So I one of the things about Appen is that if you do work for them on the side of your desktop, I'm sorry, on the side of your dashboard, they have emails, they have news and updates. I actually can't show you my dashboard because Appen makes you sign an NDA, and what that is you are not allowed to show projects or anything of the inside internal Appen stuff. So I can show you like the outside, the website and things like that, but I can't show you projects or anything like that. Like, you have to see that for yourself. Anyway, so they have their news and updates, and they will tell you when you have to have your invoice in. So typically you have to have it in the by the 5th of that month. So if you have it in, so say for example, if I've worked all December, they'll have a news and update that I need to have December's invoice in by the 5th of January. And if I have mine in by the 5th of January, then I get paid on January 15th. So I think for a lot of people, maybe they miss this part and they just don't turn it in, or they turn in late, or they don't calculate their hours correctly, or any of these other things which will delay your payment. So definitely pay attention to those news and updates. Definitely make sure you are paying attention to the schedule. Definitely make sure that you submit your invoice. So speaking of invoices, speaking of how you get paid, because I know like that's the most important thing. So a lot of projects are automatically generated. So when you work in their system, it calculates how much time you were there or how much you completed, whichever. Each project has a different way of calculating how you get paid, and it tells you all of that in your guidelines. It tells you all that in instructions, tells you all of that in your invoices. So for example, if I'm working in the tool and I'm reading and for 3 hours, my invoice will be automatically generated to have that project's name, and it will have 3 hours, and it will have how much I made for those 3 hours. So a lot of them you don't have to calculate your own hours, but it's still very, very important to have it written down somewhere just to make sure that everything is in line, make sure that you are getting all of your hours, make sure you are getting all your money. So definitely know that it is automatically generated, but still make sure that you double check those. There are some projects which I've worked on where you are completely in control of and responsible for making sure that your time is recorded. You have to actually go into the invoicing system and put in your own hours. So those, you just have to make sure you have the right date, you have the right amount of time, and all the good stuff. Now, I will tell you this, because if you thinking for 1 second you finna get over, you're not. There is somebody who does the quality check to make sure that your hours match up to how much you were in the tool or how much you did do and turn in. So if you have an invoice and you know for a fact that you worked 3 hours, but you say you tried to put 4 hours, you will get a nice little email from them that will tell you, no, you actually only worked 3 hours. Please correct. And this will delay your invoicing. So don't try to do no slick stuff. Put in the right amount of time because you're not going to get away with it. they definitely check it. But one of the things I do like is when I had a project where when I was in charge of my own invoicing, and I didn't input enough time, they actually delayed me to email and say, hey, you actually worked 6 hours instead of 4, so make sure you update your invoice to reflect the 6 hours. So they made sure I got paid my 2 additional hours. So I think that's really cool. Not a lot of places do that. It made me happy. That was, more money on my, invoice, etc., etc. So payment. So you get paid the 15th, typically the 15th of the month. It is your lump sum. Once you submit your invoice by the 5th, they will tell you, hey, your invoice has been submitted. Then you'll get another email saying, hey, your invoice has been approved. And then you'll get another another email that says, hey, you have been paid. The way that they pay you, which is also great to me, is through payee. So when you start working for them, you have to sign up a payee account, and your payee account can be linked to your PayPal. So it's not like you have to input your own credit card information or your bank information. You can have it linked to your PayPal, which is awesome because that just gives you another level of security, and it made me feel a lot better too. So when Appen sends the money to payee, you'll get an email saying, hey, you got paid in payee. And it'll tell you, okay, it'll take about 2 to 3 days to send the money over to your PayPal. And then you'll get your email from PayPal and it said, hey, you got paid. And it'll look like this is the amount of money, this is how much you got paid, this is in your PayPal, and you can transfer it into your bank. You can do however you handle your PayPal. Your money is there. You are really engaged. Like if you follow my instructions, which is apply to multiple projects. Some of them are really interesting. Some of them are completely mundane and it's boring as hell, but it's money. You ain't doing nothing anyway. Go ahead and read them ads, be bored, but make your money. Apply to multiple ones, work multiple ones to get you a lot of money on your invoice. A lot of them are $5, $7 for you just answering a survey. Do that. Those add up. Then you have the ones that are $11 an hour. Do those. Those add up. 20 hours at $11 an hour, that adds up, especially when you're doing 3 to 4 different projects at that amount. Then you have your big bangs of your $100, or the one that I'm actually just started getting ready to work on, which is almost $400 for that one. So you definitely can make good money on Appen. What I will say is I would not recommend you trying to do this as your only income. I really don't feel like you should have one stream of income anyway, but because Appen is something that you can kind of throw to the back of your mind, you may have the plan that you are going to work app and you're going to do this, and then the days go and they go fast, and you look up, it's the 5th, and you only need about $300, but you still have a whole month of bills to pay. So definitely, I wouldn't use this as a one only stream of income, and I think that's where a lot of people get messed up too. They try to make this their only income. I wouldn't do that. A lot of people say about their technical support. So when you have issues, for each project, they have their own their own people that work on those projects. And so when you have issues, you have to email them specifically. If it's about your invoicing, if it's about a completed project, if it's about anything like that, you have to email them specifically. So sometimes, and I've noticed this as well, it takes them a long time to get back. So my advice for that is keep emailing. Keep emailing, keep emailing, keep emailing. They'll get sick and tired of you emailing and somebody's going to respond to you. Submit your invoices on time. Make sure that you're looking at the news and updates for when you need to submit. Also, make sure that you are looking on the dashboard for that specific project, because some of them you have to have, they have cutoff dates. So say for example you had a project that you completed on the 31st of the month, but their cutoff date is the 25th of that month. They'll tell you that, but if you didn't read it and you miss it, that means that if you complete it on the 31st, you're not going to get paid for that project that month. It's not going to be on that invoice. It's going to be on your following invoice. Let me know in the comments, have you ever done Appen? What do you do to make extra money? Do you have any suggestions, tips, tricks, not just for Appen, but for anything that you do online, working from home? And let me know if this video is helpful to you, if you would like to know some more work from home types of things. And I'll see you in the next video.